I have another school lunch challenge here. We have some breakfast and lunch from this morning. Students were given some milk, some celery, a pear, a cheese stick, a bagel with cream cheese, and a wrap that contains, I believe, buffalo chicken. So we're gonna turn this into a buffalo chicken dip. And we're gonna start with the sandwich, the celery, the cheese, both cheeses. I think we'll use both cheeses, and a little bit of the milk. I really have no idea how this is going to turn out. I'm kind of flying blind on it and making it up as I go. So we'll see if this actually posts or if it ends up going in the trash. So here we go. I'm going to take my celery first, and it's buffalo chicken dip, so celery definitely goes with it. I'm only going to take one stick though to put it into my dip itself, and then you can save the rest for dipping, or you can just leave it out. But we're trying to utilize all school lunch, so practicing the claw method for my students, your knife skills. Okay, we want to go ahead and small dice this, so rocking your knife back and forth, keeping it on the board so that you don't hear any clanking, keeping that claw method. And we've got our celery. So into the bowl, before we take our celery, I'm gonna go ahead and take my cream cheese from my bagel, and I'm gonna put it into the container, and I'm gonna soften it for 10 seconds in the microwave because I wanna be able to make sure that the dip blends with the chicken mixture. And so if it's a little cold and a little hard, we can do that. So I microwave this for 10 seconds, and it's almost the consistency of sour cream, so that will work into our mixture. We're gonna go ahead and take our celery very carefully, okay, placing it into our bowl. And then we're gonna open up our wrap, but be careful when you open the wrap because I wanna actually use the wrap itself. We'll see if this works. I'm gonna go ahead and scrape all of that off. You might get your hands a little dirty. Now, if you have extra hot sauce and you want to add extra hot sauce in, give you a little more kick, you can do that. But I don't like it too spicy. All right, and we're gonna go ahead and just spread that, any leftover mixture, as thin as we can on the tortilla, because we're gonna be putting this tortilla in my toaster, and I hope it works out okay. All right, so we've got this cream cheese. We're gonna just fold that in half for right now, set that aside. I'm gonna take my string cheese and I'm gonna break it up into shreds and then make it finer, and take a little splash of milk to go ahead and create a nice dip out of this. So my students are always wondering, you're all asking, how do you come up with this? Where do you think about it? I really look at the ingredients and I try to see a way to get my own child to eat it. And if I can do that, then I think it will work for everybody. Our goal is to get kids to eat their school lunch. And if it comes to them in a way that they don't like it, then how can we change it up, give them a little bit of cooking skills, and get them moving? So I've got my cheese stick that came with it, my cream cheese, and my chicken. Now, a lot of options for this. You could put this in a food processor and break it down even further, but we don't have that option. Trying to make this affordable, doable by everybody, we're gonna go ahead and take our milk, and I've got a 2 teaspoon measure here. I'm gonna go ahead and measure in 4 teaspoons. That would also equal 1 tablespoon and a teaspoon, but I'm lazy, I don't wanna clean out 2 measuring cups. And I wanna go ahead and get that a little bit soupy. This is gonna go in my microwave, but I'm gonna cover it with a piece of paper towel. So a piece of paper towel over this in the microwave so that I don't get any splatter. And we're gonna put this for 45 seconds and then check to see where it's at, because this is mostly cheese, so we don't want to burn the cheese, but we do want to heat the chicken through. So let's go ahead and put that in for 45 seconds. All right, so while we are microwaving the dip, I'm gonna take this tortilla, and I cannot take credit for this. I'm hoping this trick works, but I did see this on TikTok, where they took cheese inside. I don't have any extra cheese, so there's just a little buffalo flavor, and they folded it, so each side in, and then folded it again. So you want a nice thin package. We're gonna put it into the toaster just like this, and we're gonna see what happens, if it actually toasts or if it ruins my toaster. So this was 45 seconds in the microwave. It smells like buffalo. Okay, it looks like buffalo. We've got a little bit of our celery in there. Okay, nice cheesy dip. If you had pasta noodles, you could make a pasta dish out of this and put pasta in it. If you had rice, you could extend it with rice and make it a topping. All right, you could simply use your school leftover celery for a nice chunky dip. And finally, let's see how our tortilla came out. Okay, but boy, that smells really spicy. Lots of buffalo scent. All right, so the TikTok challenge worked. I put this in my toaster, and you can see it crisped up pretty nicely. Okay, and I'm just gonna go ahead and cut it up. If you feel like you need to go a little more, so there's a little soggy part, we can do that. But I'm gonna take it, and I just created my own chip and dip. Time to have friends over. School lunch challenge accepted.